beyond frustrated. Beyond frustrated. I'm beyond frustrated. Why would a neighbor do this to another neighbor? I'm absolutely irate at the police. They've allowed this to go on, knowing exactly what was going on. Got something to show you. Mm. You ready for this? Mm. That is my phone number. That's the only Gmail. That's the only email that I use. How is my fucking number not even connected? I live in the cruelest neighborhood in the world. And I cannot wait to move. They don't want to help at all. I just received a notice of a restriction on my account that happened yesterday at 4 in the morning of a nudity post. I would never post anything like that on Facebook, but nobody fucking believes me. I can't wait until I find out who has done this to my believability. They're the cruelest motherfucker that ever walked the planet. I am beyond my patience. So I asked the boys next door who are invading all my privacy online and all that other bullshit that you've already heard and don't believe. I said, so what phone number is attached to my Google account? They just ignored me. Just like the police do. Rude ass public servants. Lazy. Lazy, 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 lazy. Lazy. Who is this? Donkey, hi there. How are you? I'm having a horrible afternoon. I don't know how much of the video you've seen already, but I got a notification that my only phone number that I've ever had as an adult is no longer connected to my Gmail address, which is the only email address that I use. Isn't that nice? It's infuriating to go through every single freaking day telling the world nothing but the truth, and nobody believes me. This neighborhood has employed some cruel motherfuckers. They really have. You don't do this to somebody for having done nothing wrong or illegal. What the hell? I get harassed online every day by friends of mine. Fraternity brother just said that I think I know why people don't believe what I say. Because I've never had this problem before, ever. I said, no, enlighten me. And he said, have you used meth in the last 30 days? Where the fuck is that coming from? I am in an alter reality where people are completely out to lunch. I've figured out the reason that COVID is existing and is targeting the rich. Can easily prove that we've never been to the moon. There's a lot of things. A lot of things going on in the world out there. And people just ignore it. They ignore the truth when it's right in front of them. I don't know what to do. It's a cruel hoax that's being played on everybody. And I'm just a passive participant screaming for help, and nobody is helping. It's infuriating. I don't know what to do. Neighbors won't help. They've got important answers and important contact information of people that I need to speak with immediately. I don't care how high up I need to go in that ratty organization that's infiltrated into my neighborhood. Some people need to make some decisions very soon to help. You know, it's funny. The group claims to want to help me. No, they don't. They want to make me suffer. That's the truth. They pull a Patty Ryan. which is why I find it interesting that she would even mention anything related to the devil being connected to me. Because for 2 years she said she wanted to help. That's how she got all the hospitalizations to happen. She wanted to help me. Why would you want to help the devil, woman? She's crazy. She'll say anything to get out of trouble. That's the truth. And I've had it up to here, right up to here. It's depressing as hell. And every day I keep waking up and thinking, well, maybe today. I just sent the reward that I'm offering for my freedom restored and my rights restored to Officers Scofani and Jason Cole over at OSU so that they're aware. And then I tried to share it among the Thai population, and I'm restricted until the middle of May, again by AI, by some community standard that I broke. And the ones that I'm breaking are either for bullying or hate speech, which is me responding to severe discrimination. I've never been discriminated like this before. It's gross. It's incredible. Let's see. Donkey, what did you say? I have to get closer to the screen. I'm sorry to hear that, Robert. I'm having a very blessed day. I'm glad you are, Donkey. I'm glad you are. At least somebody is. Because it's miserable from this seat. It's absolute misery. I know who is committing crime against me, and the police don't do anything about it. They allow it to continue and to get worse and have more crimes committed. You have no clue how infuriating that is. It's really piss poor. It's horrible public service. I've never been a second-class citizen, and according to the Constitution, I'm not. But according to the police, I am. Or the government. Because they get to make their own rules. They get to ignore the Constitution. That's what everybody believes. That's what all of you stupid people believe. You believe they're allowed to break the Constitution. They're not. Not at all. Even if they call it an investigation. They're still not able to legally gather evidence. Period. That's a law. But they do it anyway. And then they work backwards. It's fucked up. It's really messed up. Patty had another visitor today. I believe I wrote it down in my journal. The reward, if you haven't seen it, Donkey, is 40% profit of all 13 books of my journal, 13 volumes, for a time period of 50 years. And 333 pages of print contribution in one of the journals. So you get to become an author too. I'm serious about wanting my freedom back. I'm willing to pay for it. Because I have an incredible story to tell. And you may or may not know some of that story. I'm offering 7% for a lawyer that will work with me and that I end up using. That person will get 7% of all 13 volumes for 50 years. I'm not asking for a handout. I'm asking for a hand up. Because I really need it. There is major disbelief running rampant around the city. It makes me feel unsafe in my own city. Patty Ryan's at the center of it with Arvid Ashby. I know you're tired of hearing those names, I'm sure. But they are responsible for completely devastating my life, purposefully, with this light harassment. It's got me turning, I don't know if you can see or not very well. I was out in the sun for maybe 12 or 13 minutes today. And it looks like I've been out for a couple of hours. I'm sure it'll become more dramatic as time moves on. I hope I can still see by then. This is serious. I don't know how long people are going to let me suffer before they realize that this is all very real. And I've been begging for the government to assist and to iron out things in the neighborhood because people are confused. And because I'm the one that was targeted, I've got the full story. And I think that's why a curse was put on me. Because people in the neighborhood know that if I wanted to do something to them, they would be put away for life. So I think it was used as a defense mode. It's a removal of my First Amendment right. In fact, everything that's going on. The fact that I am not able to participate in the Google group with emails and emailing everybody. What's that all about? How about the fact that my vehicle went 7 miles when I only drove 2? Between 8:30 last night and this morning. How about that? I can't wait to see what fucked up situation happens next, because I'm sure there's going to be one. I should be on the road right now. I should be finishing the last 18 states so that I hit all 48. And I should be telling governors to at least put on paper a ban for remote neural monitoring, because it is what COVID is. But I'm stuck here. Trying to get a lawyer. I made a phone call to Bravo today. And I left my phone number, so hopefully I'll get a phone call tomorrow. I made 2 very lengthy reports with them years ago and never followed up with them. I think they're the perfect organization to help. That's Buckeye Regional Area Violence Violence Organization, Anti-Violence Organization, Anti-Violence Organization. Yeah, if you don't know what Bravo is, it's a very good group. They should know exactly where to steer me to get this addressed. This hate by the police and hate by my neighborhood over nothing at all. It was very poor for people to use R&M as a prop to make me appear different than I am. That was cruel too. And that's ruined decades-long friendships. Because I'm not going to be friends with people who don't believe me. Would you be friends with somebody who doesn't believe what comes out of your mouth? You wouldn't. That's what happens to all targeted individuals. What's going on in the world today is so cruel. And I never thought I would be in a position of being a victim like this, ever. Especially for nothing I've done wrong. But here I am. Oh, because Patty made an assumption. And she won't let it go. Which is weird. Because if you get verification, that somebody is not what they thought they were, that means either A, the group is lying to Patty, which would be really bad for the group. Or it's something else that bothers Patty about me. It's got to be one of the two. It could be both. The root of the problem might be something else, and she might be being lied to. That seems to be the way this neighborhood works. It never used to be like this, but it is now. I don't know what to do. I'm fed up. And the part that frustrates me the most is there are people out there who could help. They just choose not to. Ouch. So I'm going to continue with my quotes. I'm writing on a bigger piece of wood so that people can't steal it. So when you dream, believe it's already true. Don't dig a grave because you might fall into it. You should judge people for who they are, not what they do. Weeds are easier to pull up before you let them grow. You don't need to wait for someone's approval to do the right thing. When the road looks long, keep a steady pace. I cannot do it alone, but together we can do amazing things. I don't think I'm God. I follow God. With every decision comes a choice to use projection or intuition. Good things happen when you go with your gut, doing the right things for the right reasons. To my captors, your best thinking got you into the worst situation. Don't let fear make you step back when you know you need to go forward. And how are you today? Doing good? Or are you being a do-gooder? Don't confuse being cocky with being correct. Just a few that are mine. And when I've come up with things, I have written them down. I'm a thinker who thinks of solutions to problems. And I thought that I was a patient man before. Then I sailed down the Ohio River one summer. 28 days. I did it in 3 different stretches. 950 miles. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Paducah, Kentucky. You begin to think about time a little bit differently. You get there when you get around the next bend. A friend of mine, Russell Tier, said it was the best vacation he's ever taken, the best time that he's ever taken off work. And the first couple of days, he would ask, well, when are we going to get there? Or are we going to get there by this time? And after about the 3rd day, he stopped asking, because I would always say, around the next bend. Experiences like that change you, and that trip changed me and became a new mantra for patience, because some days it was hot out there. It was summer after all. And you never see a sailboat going down a working river. But that's what I did in my 18.5-foot boat. I've got video of it. It's all in storage right now. Like everything in my life is. Everything's on hold, on somebody else's time clock. And my life is just ticking away. I want to live life again. I'm ready to take it by the horns. But I cannot do it if I'm continually fucked with. It's too distracting. It's all consuming. Because not a day goes by that there's nothing that happens. Something always happens every single day. That is my life. And I document it painstakingly. And people don't read it. Or not enough people are reading it. Not enough people are paying attention either. And I'm telling you, this is probably the most important thing in the 21st century. What's going on right now in my neighborhood. Do you live in Columbus, Donkey? If you do, I encourage you to swing by my house. 434 Midgard Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43202. And come after sunset. And I'll walk you to the back, or you can go to the back yourself and take a look on the fence. There's part of a shadow missing. It's real. The Ohio Bermuda Triangle. In fact, everything I say is real. This is the one piece that I did find in my storage unit, so I'll leave with these words. Art is not a competition. Randomness is design in disguise. Nothing is by chance. To Patty, open up your upper lips. That way, you won't get fucked. Until you surrender, you'll never know God's love. Nobody is making you do anything. You are choosing your own path. The truth is only the things we know. Be open-minded to learning new things. Feeling patriotic about lies is wrong, and if not corrected, will be the ruin of our nation, and heads all bowed in shame. That was July 3rd, 2022. What have you done today to ensure that we're all free tomorrow? As gas prices rise, I call that becoming a zip code slave, because you can't travel anymore. Your best defense is a good offense, so be aggressive. To my captors, become a prophet instead of doing something for profit. You have no right to claim Earth, God's land, as yours. This is speaking to the devil, whom I've never spoken with before. But if I were, that is exactly what I would say. Oh, Mother Nature. The girl doesn't need makeup technology to go out, look good. That was August 10th, 2022. Your reputation follows your action. There's nothing to fear but yourself. You're only afraid as your thoughts are. Brothers don't keep secrets. Never minimize your influence when you're speaking. Time flies when you're stuck. Wake up. Stand up. Speak up. To the military, you're supposed to defend freedom, not take it away. To Patty, for a girl who wants to ignore things, you pay very close attention. Being honest keeps your heart rate low and you'll live a longer life. In 2023, I bet I could make a computer out of my boogers because of nanoparticles. I'd call it a booger mac. It's a good day to do something crazy and free all the people. On being anal retentive. I'm so glad I'm not a shit in her. I'd never get out. As a teacher to the world, treat the discipline problem the same as the teacher's pet. How do you get to first base every time? I plan to hit a double. That way, if I trip to first base, I'll still get there. A student getting an A on a test is not a true sign of my value and effectiveness as a teacher. A D or C student getting a B on a test is. And the biggest threat to our freedom today is our silence. So with that, make good choices the rest of today. And that's all I can hope for. Because things are pretty much out of my control. I've tried. It's not working. But I'll keep trying. Let's see, what is that? No, I live in Canada. You live in Canada? You know. I might not be allowed to come to your country because I had a DUI in 2015. They can turn you away at the border. Kind of sad because I grew up in Detroit, right across the river from Windsor. And we used to go over all the time. That was, of course, before the hologram went into the World Trade Center, so they had to tighten things up at that point. What part of Canada? Saskatchewan? Is that right? Ugh. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's one of those laws. There are lots of laws out there. Tons. We're law crazy as a society. And my little do ditty about doing good or being a do-gooder is exactly the situation I'm in. It's incredible. When you're a do-gooder, you say you do things for a specific reason that sounds good for everybody. But all you're really wanting to do is to evoke harm. That's a do-gooder. It would be like in school. Remember that student that would say, he got in line. You want to wring that person's neck every time. Because, that is a rule. No cutting. Isn't that weird? Well, some people just never grow up. And they want to continue doing that as adults. apparently clear into their 70s. So, Saskatchewan is in the western, it's a western province. A lot of mountains, right? It's beautiful land. You have a beautiful country. Maybe I'll end up becoming a citizen there instead of here because this place sucks. It really does. During my capture, I uh, I would cry when I would see the American flag because I was without my freedom. And I remember some holidays, some patriotic holidays that passed, and realized people were celebrating things that aren't really even there anymore. It was just a big show. When it could be real. My government could make it really happen. We could actually try and follow the Constitution like we're supposed to. That's a real possibility. It's a shift in thinking, but it could really happen. And it's not being Pollyanna. We could really choose to make that difference. And I bet it would make a big difference in the world. But I can't be the only one promoting that type of idea. I need to have people that believe the same thing. And so far, people don't believe what I'm fighting for, which is very scary. So, yikes. It's a problem. I hope it doesn't end. British Columbia, that is the western province for sure. Um, Edmonton, I think, is the capital of British Columbia. Oh, I'm going to need to pull out a map. I love maps. Maps are the most incredible thing. So, even though you live in Canada, if you know any lawyers, because lawyers have no other lawyer friends, just give them a heads up about what I'm going through. And you never know who can offer somebody else help. That's why one of my quotes is, you never know when or where you meet the people that'll change your life. You never know. And it's humans that make miracles happen in each other's lives. We are the angels. We are God's angels. God works through other people. And God has ensured everything in the universe has free will. Isn't that amazing? So we can choose something different at any time. We're not bound to anything. So if you feel trapped or not able to do something because of what somebody else says or what somebody else thinks, it's not true. It's you putting restrictions on yourself that aren't there, because we are limitless. And once you understand that concept, then you can really begin to go places. I hope to get to Canada someday soon. Maybe this summer. Who knows? gotta get things resolved in my neighborhood first. Because there's stuff going on. And it's not right. I don't know when the government's gonna figure this out. But they better do it soon. Otherwise, there are going to be a whole bunch of angry friends of mine. That will cry out in anger against the police. It'll happen. Right now, they're just ignorant and trusting the police at their lies. Wow. What a rub, huh? I'll see you later. Let's see, what does this say? Victoria is the capital. Edmonton is the capital of Alberta. See, I would need to phone up on my citizenship. I would have a big problem passing the test. Thanks so much for your conversation and your support. Spread the word, because that's all I've got. That is my weapon. And everything I put on wood. So. See you soon.